Owning a dental practice, it is awesome. I own one. That's totally true. Owning a dental practice, it's annoying. That's true. I own one. Owning a dental practice can be amazing. That's true. Owning a dental practice can be awful. That's true. It's a roller coaster of emotions for us dental practice owners. And Super Dentist Business Boost is designed to help you figure out how to own your first dental practice with success. It's also here for you if you bought a dental practice and you're not so sure if it's working right. We have a new puppy in our house, and every day I wake up and say, is it supposed to be eating this thing? I don't know. I wish I had Super Dentist Puppy Boost to help me, but I don't think that's a thing. But Super Dentist Business Boost is a thing. So to watch in on the amazing Super Dentist Business Boost for free, the favorite price of all dentists and humans, just text BOOST to 215-543-6454. And in our Hype-a-thon today, I have our speaking stars sharing with you, giving you a preview of what they do and what they'll be teaching. I'm ready for our first speaking star when my team is ready to bring him up. He's going to be my amazing friend, Dr. Louis Chen, who I'm constantly impressed with, not just because he can do bicep curls with 100-pound weights, but because he's an awesome leader, an awesome person. Before we dig into your topic, Dr. Louis, tell us where you are right now and a little bit about your dental life. You know, are you going between offices? Is today your admin day? You're a dentist. What do you do in the practice ownership world?
Yeah, so thanks for the kind introduction. I've been a huge fan. Love coming on and being able to speak and help share my knowledge and experiences with others. My day to day right now in a car, just stepped out of the office. I am just going office to office, learning, just kind of onboarding our team members on a new workflow that I thought would be good to decentralize and give more authority and autonomy to our practices and supply management and supply chain. So kind of going in, training them, talk about the workflows, and that's it. What I do is day to day is operations. I sit down to look at what currently isn't working efficiently and see what blockers there are that I could work on with them so that this way they can be working more efficiently.
I think it's important, Louis. I think it's very important to empower your team to deal with annoyances so you don't have to. But don't put that part in. Just say, I'm going to empower you. I have this huge box of annoyances, and I'm going to empower you to do that. But as a multiple practice owner, that's something to deal with. Go back to your first dental practice. At Super Dentist Business Boost, we are talking to dentists who are about to buy a practice or just bought one, and we're going to deliver actionable value to them. And I know you might have bought a practice at breakfast this morning to add to your collection, but tell us a little bit about what you're going to be sharing and systems for success for your first dental practice.
Yeah, I know when I first got my first, purchased the first practice with my partners, and we thought we knew what we were looking for because we had, we were working out of one current practice that we thought was functioning. We added one practice, we bought practice, and at the same time we built a de novo practice as well. And we thought, great, now we have three on our plate. How do we manage that? But we're talking about a de novo acquisition GP ortho model. One's a GP model, and one's a group practice model. And we realized that all these practices function so differently from one another that there has to be a better way to oversee the general operations in a streamlined approach. So understanding what the word system means, understanding how to develop a system, and kind of put someone in a proper mindset so that they can start functioning in practice like a business, not as a dental clinic.
I love that. I mean, systems are everywhere, and a lot of times people think of these high-level things, but there's systems for making sure the patient bathroom is clean. There's systems for checking in a patient. There's systems for answering the phone. There's systems to go where to hide from your hygienist so they ask someone else to do a hygiene check. One of my favorite systems, Louis. So I'm so thrilled to have you at Super Dentist Boost. Now, go back, pretend you have a Back to the Future DeLorean, and you go back and you're sitting there 2 years before buying your first practice. Why would you want to learn from all these awesome speaking stars? You made a nice post yesterday. It's partly about the awesomeness of Dr. Louis Chen, but also this whole group coming together, dentists, consultants, advisors. Where, if you're talking to someone who's going to tune in, tell us about why they'd want to do that.
Well, you got what they say is learn from experience, right? And what better way to not experience it than to learn from those who already experienced it, right? What I've learned is, when I first dove into practice management, all I did was ask questions and find people who did it better, who understood the struggles, and who are willing to share. And through that process, I was able to meet great people along the way who have always continuously been in support of myself and vice versa.
Yeah.
And it's through that sort of relationship that we've built and these meetings that I've been able to understand and learn more. So aside from just speaking or being a participant, I think the people that you meet is one of the biggest things you'll get from these meetings.
To me, Lewis, and you represent this to me as a person, as a dentist, life is all about ROI. The only thing that's important is ROI. Every single thing that you should do should be 100% about ROI. And ROI to me is relationships, opportunities, and the impact you have on people. And when you do that right, the real ROI of dollars seems to follow. But when you get that order messed up, that's when you mess up your practice ownership journey. So I'll let you get to your next place, Lewis. We'll see you down here May 5th through May 7th. The weekend is top with fun, and we're so glad you're going to be a part of it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you then. Take care.
Awesome. So you do not want to miss out on the awesome Dr. Lewis Chen. He's one of our speaking stars. So Super Dentist Business Boost is designed to help you figure out how to own a practice. What does a good practice look like? Is this practice going to burn my nachos? It's also for dentists who have just bought a practice saying, is my P&L right? I don't even have a P&L. How do you hire an accountant? What should I be spending on marketing? So I'm ready for my next guest when my team is ready to bring them up. And I have the amazing Gad, golden age dentist, who calls himself Geezer Age Dentist. So Dr. Alan Stern is here. Dr. Alan Stern, orient the audience before we get into your exciting topic. Tell us a little bit about your journey through dentistry. If you had 90 seconds to say where you are now and go back to the beginning, or start from the beginning and get us to now.
Well, where I am now is I am a Geezer age dentist, almost 41 years in, going strong, happy at it. Where I was suffering from a disease called PMD. You know that one, Paul, perpetually miserable dentist.
Yeah.
And through the years, through the decades, I learned by thinking that I was miserable, but I learned to live as myself, to practice my true credible self. And through that journey, through the hard knocks that I took, and I take every one of them over and over again because they were learning experiences.
Yeah, I love that.
So this is where I am now. I'm a happy guy. My wife and I are empty nesters with no life. I mean, with independence.
Yeah.
And
Alan, you added an awesome associate, but up until about a year ago, you were a solo general dentist.
yes.
Owning your own practice. And we are here at Super Dentist Business Boost to help our amazing colleagues figure out, do I want to buy a practice? Is this the right practice? Did I buy a practice and need to fix it up? Tell us, you have a special segment with the amazing Laura Brenner, a recovering dentist.
Yes.
Who you guys going to be sharing with our audience at Super Dentist Business Boost?
Well, Laura Brenner's the GLOAT, the greatest Laura of all time.
Sure.
Laura was a dentist who was unhappy and a very brilliant and talented dentist. And she decided to get out. Yeah. And she's found her why. I was an unhappy dentist. I don't know about brilliant and talented, but very good looking.
Yes, of course.
I decided to double down and stay in. So we're going to do a thing. We're going to bicker with each other. We're going to yell at each other. We're going to do love it or list it.
I love that.
Find what you love. Because when you love what you do, you're not working. And Monday morning doesn't have to suck no matter what.
Yeah.
So we are going to love it or list it. We're going to talk about the problems we encounter, the misery we encounter, what to do about it if you're staying in, and how to go about creating a plan if you want to leave. We are here to provide resources for both decisions.
I love it. And that's what I want to have more of, these uncomfortable, spicy conversations, because I just spoke with a dentist now, and she is 10 years out. She bought an ortho practice, financially successful, and she sold it because it was too stressful for her. Mm-hmm. She said, I was wearing too many hats. So what I think we need to uncover is, instead of having this one treatment plan only, which I do believe implants for everyone, by the way, Alan, never say repeat, but in your journey through practice ownership, when is the right time to own it? What does it look like to own a practice? Don't judge yourself harshly, because I believe, Alan, and you're doing a great event in the summer called Save the Males. What has inspired you? Kind of tell us a little bit about Save the Males and what inspired you to do that.
First of all, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the core of my being, for being such an enthusiastic supporter of Save the Males. I'm working with Frank King, the mental health comedian and suicide survivor. Yeah. And what we know, Paul, and we see it on dental nachos all the time, A lot of our women colleagues are so much more able to air their stuff.
Yeah.
And they find comfort and solace with each other. And that is a beautiful thing. That's a great thing. Us guys, we have a different expectation, or so we think of ourselves. And so we gentlemen, we Y chromosomes of dentistry, oftentimes keep it all in because we're supposed to be the almighty, powerful, rock solid people. Well, you know what? We have emotional needs and vulnerabilities also. And we are prone, dentistry is pockmarked with depression, and the end road of depression, untreated, suicide. And I've seen too many of that in 41 years, Paul.
I agree with you. And, I just think it stems from, I had the most amazing dad, and I would describe him as he was very serious about helping people, but he didn't take himself too seriously. And he didn't know why there was just this so much pressure. He did have a partner, but it's a tale as old as time that needs to change. It represents what dental schools are just flat out not doing well. And it's not creating emotional intelligence. It's not creating that this is how you navigate your career. So I'm so proud to have you both on Super Dentist Business Boost and supporting Save the Mails. You can text Boost to 215-543-6454. Get a free pass. But as your final question is, Alan, go back to the future. Now, I know Lewis only had to go 5 years back. You got to go like 4 decades back. Why would you want to be sitting at home watching this panel of speakers? Why would you want to be saying, I'm going to block out these 2 days. Paul has made this free for me. It's free to watch in. But why is it worth my time to hear the Alan Stearns, Louis Chen's, Jared Duckett's, Mark Costas's, Rob Montgomery's, Maggie's, tell the viewer and inspire them to block this time out to watch it?
We all have a need. We all need to learn. We all need to grow. And Super Dentist Boost offers an opportunity for growth in so many different ways. Not everyone is going to be your way, but there will be somebody in this conference that you are going to resonate with, who will inspire you and affect your life for the better. That's what we're here for.
I love that. I said something on a podcast a few years ago that the host said was so good. I said, the morale of the person prepping your crown matters. And that's you, the dentist. Great for the team to feel good. It's great for the patients to get care, but it really does matter. The practice owner is the person wearing these hats, making these things happen. We want to help them. Well, thanks, Alan. Love everything you do. Really appreciate you being part of this.
Always a pleasure, my friend. I'll see you later.
Awesome. So you can text Boost to 215-543-6454. Block out your schedule. It's free to watch in. It's a Friday and Saturday. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. It's going to deliver value. You're going to love it. I'm ready for my next guest come up, and I want to proudly say that we have coming up here normal people, kind of normal people. They're non-dentists, but they're not totally normal because they're accountants. So I have the awesome Kevin and Jared with us. So introduce what you guys do. You are not crown preppers. You are not dentists. So tell us what you do to help dentists and humans.
Yeah, Paul, appreciate you having us, man. Jared Duckett, Duckett Lab Dental CPAs and Advisors. What we do is jump in and help dentists all across the journey. We call it the dental momentum journey. It could start anywhere from day 1 to D1. If you're in phase 3 looking to buy a practice, make sure you evaluate it, take it down the right way. 4, 5, and 6, help clean up the car, maximize the cash flow in that practice and get better. Wherever you're at in the dental journey, we jump in and help to make you a better dentist.
Love that. You guys are awesome key resources and sponsors. You've just been great people. Before we jump into your topic, I actually have a question that I'm truly curious about. Where do you talk with practice owners of all different ages and stages, and you're helping them. What do you think their big? If I say, what's your biggest regret? People, I got no regrets. One time I had the George Clooney Caesar haircut. It was a terrible haircut. I regret it. There was no reason for me to have it, right? But no, regrets is dramatic. But what do you think they wish they did a little bit better? They could be successful in the practice purchase process. Where do you see these swings and misses, or I wish I paid more attention to this? Just totally curious. Either you guys can answer.
Yeah, I think the biggest regret I see, I work especially with our buy-ins and dispositions. The biggest regret I would see with younger dentists, especially ones who don't have much clinical experience, is I didn't seek out the right advisors to guide me through this journey. I felt like I had to do it alone. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm in a situation that I wish I could get out of. It's laying that firm foundation from the beginning that they took a swing and absolutely missed on it. So it's hiring the right advisors in all aspects: clinical, accounting, lawyer, lender, whatever it may be. Hire the right advisors to make sure you are not going through this process.
That's great value. As someone who sells practices and helps dentists sell their practices, move on, ride off into the sunset with throw their handpiece off the horse and leave. Brandon Hill's here watching. One practice is what most dentists buy. And at the end of their lives, through factors within and without of their control, they may have had multiple spouses, multiple houses. They may have family that they are no longer on good terms with. They have friends, but they still have this one practice. And it's not meant to be a Debbie Downer from SNL. It's just meant to share with our audience how serious this decision is in your life. Jared, tell us what you guys are going to talk about at Super Dentist Business Boost to our practice owners to be in the audience.
Yeah, we're really going to jump in and talk about the 3 things you need to do basically after buying a practice, and basically jump again. We talk about foundational principles all the time with our clients, basically get that solid foundation set in place. Number 2, look at cash flow. I always use the analogy of a water spigot. How can you try to get as much water coming out of that spigot, which is cash flow, to maximize that investment you made? And then number 3, and this is what nobody ever thinks about, and I don't think it's ever too soon to start thinking about it. Stephen Covey says, start with the end in mind.
Yeah.
So right when you buy that practice, what is it going to look like in the future? It can always change,
right?
But at least have a target set out there to move towards. And then as it changes, and you can iterate the process along the way, but start with the end in mind on whatever it be. Maybe it's buying practice 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Or maybe it's keeping the practice, whatever it is.
Bring up some really good points, and I can't wait to see you guys part your contribution. You need to start preparing to sell your practice the day you buy it, even beforehand, because life happens, right? And life happens with injury and death and problems, and maybe your spouse getting a job in a different city. And I do not think that dentists realize how agile you have to be mentally, financially with your business. And it's very, very difficult. Like, if I wanted to run Dental Nachos out of San Diego, I could literally do it tomorrow. Brandon, Christian would be fighting over who gets to come to San Diego, but I couldn't do my dental practice that way. So I think it's really key what you guys shared, both with getting the advisors, and those 3 things are awesome. Really can't wait for you guys to be a part of it. If somebody wanted to reach out to you guys to get guidance now about their associate position, finding the right practice, is their practice right? What's the best way for them to do that, guys?
Best way to contact us, go to our website, ducketlad.com. There's a work together form on the top right page. Fill that out, and one of our team members will get in contact with you.
And I love that. And just do these demos, just have these complimentary consultations. I always learn something interesting from doing this, from, like I shared, from learning about puppy training to learning about EBITDA. And maybe now's not the right time to move together or work together, but it might be in the future. So really appreciate all the support you guys give. Stick around for a minute, guys. I'm going to wrap up here, but so excited for Super Dentist Business Boost.
Definitely. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, guys. You guys can take it off. So this wraps up our first Hype-a-thon. We are so excited. It is totally free to watch in. Text Boost to 215-543-6454. You're going to learn so much. This is for dental students, new dentists, medium-age dentists, anyone who's bought a practice or thinking about a practice. This is for you. Thanks so much, guys.